Heads Podcast. I'm Kegs, and today we have a very special guest. Actually, we've got two guests today. We've got Darragh Greene and his co-star.
Oh, shut up! When am I going to escape this? Leave me alone.
Welcome. What's the crack?
Thank you. Oh my god. Not much. I've just came straight up to Belfast. Just been working. I'm trying to recover after the week that was Barcelona.
Yeah, it was hectic. We'll get into that in a sec. But first, Darragh, give us an intro of who you are, if anyone who doesn't know.
Who am I? Okay. So basically, my name's Darragh Greene. I'm 20. I just turned 24. That's so scary. I've just.
Oh my god, you're a wee Bobby.
I know. Why? What did you?
I'm coming 27.
Oh, I've got a while to go. Okay. So I've been doing TikTok for a year, properly.
Have you only been in a year?
I've been doing it for 3 years, but I only blew up last year. And then I'm also a musician, so I gig and stuff, and I also work at a hotel, but I'm handing in my notice, so we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about it. Okay. Exciting times ahead, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the way the podcast usually works is we usually do, what's the crack this week? So we sort of fully shoulder in on, the crack in our lives over the past, while. But we actually haven't recorded in a couple of weeks because we've been gallivanting. Mm-hmm. And, by the way, actually, Shannon is not here this week. Shannon is currently in Ibiza. She is off with Be Perfect, having the time of her life.
Oh, is that who she's with? I keep seeing that.
So yes, Shannon is a lucky bitch. She's enjoying herself in Ibiza whilst we're in, it was rainy Ireland, but the sun is out and we're gonna have a good time. We're actually on the drinks.
We are. We've got some tequilas. So we ordered them and he gave us two Zambuca, what was it? Two Zambuca limes.
Soda lime, yeah.
Which I nearly threw up. So
No,
we got
I was like, that tequila tastes funky. It tastes like something you get in Magaluf or something.
Yeah.
And it was Sambuca. So we're drinking today. It's usually recording a Wednesday, so we never really drink on a Wednesday, but it's a Friday and we're going to an event after, so we're fuck it, let's get the drinks in. Why not? Every time I see you, I think I'm always drinking.
I know, see him, and the first time I seen Kegs, I was like, aren't you sober? Because he had a bottle of Prosecco in his hand, and he was like, no, as of right now I'm not sober, so he broke his streak.
Oh my god, yeah, was that the first time I met you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was literally recently as well.
I've literally only met you twice,
Oh my god, right off. But it feels like I know you for ages because social media.
That was the night I also met Danielle Walsh.
Yeah, she's nuts. Did she snog you?
Not. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she did. I seen that.
Yeah.
I've stopped letting her snog me.
It was good to get with a girl again.
Yeah.
And for it to be Danielle Walsh was just the cherry on top.
Oh, I love her. I remember someone commented on your TikTok of me and you in Barcelona, and they were like, "This is my Miley, or this is my Hannah Montana times Sweet Life on collaboration or whatever." That was actually so funny.
And she commented on your video too.
Yeah.
She's keeping up with us. I love her. She's such a babe.
I must actually get her on the podcast.
Oh my god, I know, that would be so fun.
We'll have to do that on the Friday though, because we're going to be drinking if she's on it.
She is just her videos.
She actually is. She's crazy.
She is crazy, but in a good way. She's so sweet as well. She's so nice. But that woman can drink and she can party. I couldn't keep up.
I couldn't keep up either. Last time I partied with her, I was at an after till all hours in the morning. But her thing is as well, she'd be drinking double vodka Red Bulls at 1 a.m. I'm like, I can't drink Red Bull after noon.
Literally, and that's her aperitif. That's her starter. Crazy.
She's a mad bitch. But anyway, so we usually do what's the crack this week. Then we do would you hear the crack, and then we do the main topic, which is you this week because you're the guest, and then we do dilemmas and stuff like that. But I think we're just gonna go with the flow this week. I feel like whenever we have a guest on, we just sort of ride the wave and just chit chat. So we're gonna start off and tell you on all of the crack over the past couple of weeks because it's been fucking chaos. When I tell you this week has been not this week, but past few weeks have been up there with the most chaotic times of my life, up there anyway. But we're gonna start off with you.
Oh me,
so
okay.
Fill us in on your crack for the past while if you have any exciting stories.
Oh god, I don't know if
you do have a few. You were at festivals, you were at Charli, you were at loads of stuff.
I was. So basically the last 2 weeks have been a bit busy. So I went to Primavera with my friends. If you don't know Primavera, it's a festival in Barcelona, and the lineup was so good this year. It was Lana Del Rey, SZA, Charli XCX, Pulp, Peggy Goo.
Shut up! I didn't realize all them were there.
I swear to God.
Was Troye Sivan there?
Troye Sivan was there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he was crazy live. He was
good.
Crazy good, yeah. But his set was so sexual.
Really?
He was getting on his knees and performing I was about to say fellatio. Who am I? On the microphone.
Oh, sexy!
I know, and stimulating sex. It was very sexy, but
that's
I
hot.
was kind of oh my god, come on, Troy.
I'm going to see him in 2 weeks.
He's really good.
I can't wait. I'm excited. I fucking drunk messaged him once, sliding in his DMs, asking him on a date.
This is so mad.
What's wrong with me?
This is so mad you say that because one of the guys I was with, Troy actually DM'd him years ago, because the guy I was with, he was one of the friends in my group. He used to like do social media.
Right.
Troy Sivan messaged him and Conan Gray like this, but he like just quit social media because he was just like, it wasn't for me.
Yeah, fair. It's not for everyone. Like,
It's not for everyone, but I was like, you could have had like.
he definitely wasn't. He definitely wasn't a Leo.
No, not like us. Not
No.
like attention thirsty.
Literally.
Like begging for it.
100%. That's what I said. I was like, all Leos, a lot of Leos do social media. Like, a lot of people that are in this industry do social media. Like, we were
Yeah.
talking about that earlier. And like, even when I was younger, I said before, like, Mummy would be like, actually I was quit from school, she was like wanting me to be like a fucking doctor or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I'm gonna go on Big Brother and get like loads of attention.
Did you ever like do a degree or anything?
I went into, I done an apprenticeship with like a business firm for like 2 years, but I got kicked out because I was a bit crazy.
Business, I cannot see you in a business.
Be corporate boy. I was going to. I was
Yeah.
living in London, like going to work in a suit and all every day.
Why didn't you've literally lived like 20 lives?
I really have.
Like it's insane.
I feel like you have as well, though.
I try.
Yeah, I feel like you have as well. I obviously have only known you recently, but like
Yeah.
from TikToks and shit I've
Fuck
seen.
yeah.
So yeah,
continuing on.
continue. Yeah, this
basically-
podcast goes on tangents. I've also recently been diagnosed with ADHD, and I also know my brain just goes like, boop, 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 boop.
So have I.
Yeah.
Actually,
You've been
last year.
diagnosed?
I didn't get like a test done, but like we're literally just going on another tangent. Let me finish my story and we'll talk about ADHD. Okay. So we went to Primavera. It was so unreal. It's crazy. Like they start at like 7 p.m., 6 p.m. and they finish at 6 a.m. Like
Really?
the festival, yeah.
Oh my god, that must have been the one that Morgan went to. She was just talking about that 6
Yeah,
p.m. to 6
definitely,
a.m.
probably.
Yeah, that must have been it.
And then finished the festival, and I was like, I really don't want to leave. Like, I don't want to go home. So all my friends went home, and I stayed in Barcelona for another 2 days. I like rebooked my flights, and I told work that someone stole my passport. And like Kegs had a hand in it. Kegs uploaded a video on his TikTok when we met in Barcelona. He was like, "This guy lost his passport," and I was like, "No, like I literally didn't. I just didn't want to go back to work." But
Do they know this now?
No, but I'm leaving. So
Oh, that's
by the time
fine.
This is up. Sorry, Rachel, if you're watching, my manager.
No, I was laughing at your TikTok earlier. You
Yeah.
were talking about like digital footprint and like I'm never gonna get a job, and I was like, that's so true. That's so
I
real.
really won't. Like it's so. I don't.
Let's just become famous on TikTok, so you don't have to work.
Well, there's no other choice like, at this point.
Yeah. So continue. You lost your passport. Lost it.
I didn't like it. And then I went to London. Oh, and I was supposed to go to Charli XCX in London for her like album launch day, and basically my friend was sick, so my friend couldn't go. And my sister, who lives in London, who I stayed with, was in Newcastle, and it was my birthday. So I spent my birthday alone, and I was like, I can't do this. Like,
Yeah.
I can't sit in the house doing nothing. I'm 24. Like, I'm getting old. I'm like croaking.
You're not
years,
getting old,
So
fuck off.
I need to make the most of it now. So I put up on TikTok. I was like, does anyone want to go with me to Charli XCX? Like, I can't let these tickets go to waste, and I don't really want to go alone. And then I just got a few DMs, and I just picked like the most.
Fun looking one.
Yeah, fun looking one. I was
Yeah.
gonna say scene, but like no, that wasn't the criteria.
Insane, more like.
Yeah, and then met her. Her name was Ellie. Shout out Ellie. She was such a babe.
Where's she
Uh,
from?
London.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and like within like 5 minutes, she told me like a story of her being like traffic, like
Oh.
nearly got trafficked, and I was like,
She got
my
traffic.
kind of girl.
What do you mean she got traffic?
She didn't. She like they attempted to. She was like a real estate agent. I don't
Okay.
know. I probably shouldn't like spill her. But you know.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh my god, the tea.
Well, she was like a real estate agent, and they target like real estate agents because they have them in like a house alone, and like he like acts as like a sugar daddy. So he's like gets her number, and then he's like texting her, and he's like, here's like my account on like whatever account, like Gucci or something. And he's like buy what you want, and like she'd go on, but she seen like loads of pending orders, so like it would order. But like basically she sussed out that like this was like a red flag.
Yeah.
But then when she like went to like the police about it, they're like, this is really common. Like they will like target real estate agents because they're like in a space together and
In London?
yeah. And
Oh my god, that's crazy.
yeah, I'm not like explaining the story right, but basically he wanted to meet up and.
That is fucked. I did not know that went on in London. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a big hot spot there.
Yeah, I'd say so. Actually, London is
And
it.
next, when I move.
Yeah, you're moving soon.
Yeah.
That'll be your crack. So that was your crack from the past few weeks.
That was my crack, and then I went home and I went back to work and it's back to basics now. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. To be fair, how fun is social media though? You could literally just meet up with a random girl who looks fun, who follows you, and go on a fucking party with her.
No, that's a real perk. Like I was really like happy that happened.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Also, I was like, whoa, like people are actually responding. Like I couldn't really believe it, to be honest.
I mean, it was free Charli XCX ticket, like.
True. It wasn't nothing to do with me. It was only the Charlie ticket. Like, they didn't give
She doesn't give a fuck about you.
me being there.
I think if I was in the right headspace in Barcelona, I probably would have went with you.
I know, because at the time I was like waiting on my friend to reply. He was gonna go, and then by the time he had said no, like, you were at home, I was in London. So.
I was partied out at that stage though. I was like, I need to just get home and go to bed. I think I had the worst hangover of my entire life. Like, I died for days. It was hectic. So yeah, well, we get into my crack for the past few weeks, right? So if I feel like if you've been following on TikTok, you might see the crack, but if you haven't, so I've obviously been looking for a gaff for months. If you've been listening to the podcast every single week, you know that I've been fucking struggling to find a gaff, which is in turn I've been struggling with like fucking routine, and I've been feeling a bit shit, blah blah blah. And then randomly, I was doing like a drinks collab in the jailhouse in Belfast on like the Thursday. My friend I asked to come with me to do it, was just with me there, and she was like, "Oh my god, my friend has actually just posted about she wants someone to move in with her or whatever." And I was like, "Oh my god, ideal." Showed me the gaff. She seemed sound. My friend said that we would get on the best, and I literally messaged her, and I was like, "I'll take it, but I'm going to view it first." So the next day, I was going to go to AVA, went to the house to view it, and I had a +1 for AVA, so I was just like to the girl who I was moving in with, literally never met her before, and I was like, "Do you want to come with?" And so yeah, I went to view the house. It was such a nice house, and I'm like buzzing about moving in. It's quite cheap as well, which I'm happy about. And then
that's such a good deal.
I did get such a good deal. I'm actually buzzing about it.
Belfast is cheap though. That's the one good thing about Belfast. Like,
Belfast
the rent
is
has
so
not skyrocketed
cheap.
like every other place. Like,
It is getting there though.
it is, but like in comparison to like London,
Dublin, even
Edinburgh,
Manchester.
Dublin. Are you joking? Like, so expensive.
It's actually a joke. Like, it is mental. But yeah, I always said that as well, because whenever I started like traveling and stuff, I was like, fucking hell, Belfast was actually so cheap. Because my student gaff, I lived in a shithole in the Holy Lands with 8 people, £130 a month. Then I fly to Ibiza.
£130 is crazy.
But it was a fucking crack then.
Like, even to have 4 walls and a roof for £130 is mad.
It's
like,
insane, isn't it? It wouldn't be that price now, because my brother viewed the exact same house. I think he says it's been done up or whatever, but it's like 200 and something, but still
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, cheap.
But then I go to Ibiza and my rent's like £500 to share a bedroom, and that's it. So it's like it would be £1,000 for the room. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, so went to AVA with her, and obviously I had a flight booked to go to London because I double booked myself. So I thought that AVA Festival was meant to be the last weekend of May, and Mighty Hoopla Festival was the first weekend of June, and I basically didn't realize it was the same fucking weekend. So went to AVA thinking I was going to go for ages, and then I literally went for like 2 hours. Was there, the vibes were good, and I was like, oh, I don't want to leave, like I want to stay. So I went on like fucking Skyscanner to see can I change my flight to the next morning, but it was going to cost £200. So I was blocked at this stage. Left AVA with all of my bags, went straight to the airport, got to London.
Bags to AVA?
No, so I was going to, but I left them in my new house. Yeah, so my bags were actually at the gaff that I was moving into. I just left them there because I was like, I'll just go in the taxi, go to the airport straight, and I was steaming. So I couldn't get a taxi. Obviously, AVA is hectic, and at the time I was leaving, everyone was like, I don't know if I was leaving or coming. I don't know. But anyway, got the taxi, cost fucking £60 to go to the airport. I was like, that's so steep. Like, that's like double the fucking.
That crushes my soul more than paying that for a taxi.
I know, literally, like.
Disgusting.
But got on the flight, and I was sitting on the flight, and I was fucking getting steaming, and I was just drinking away. There were probably people beside me for like, what is wrong with this boy? Get to London. Oh my god, I jumped on the train as well. I heard this girl with like a Northern Irish accent, and I just started chatting away, and I'm fucking steaming. Like, she's a musician moving to Sydney. Some of my story, like, everyone go follow her now. She's moving to Sydney, get her gigs. I was like, what is wrong with me? Actually, you know what? Her name is Amy or something. I actually might put her at here. Go listen to her. She just released her EP song today. She's actually really good, and she's so cute. But got to London, landed at the airport, rang my friends to see where they're at, and I was staying in a hostel because I was like, I'm not going to be in my room anyway, so I'm just going to get a hostel.
Yeah.
Rang my friends, were like, oh, we're just in this bar here, come here. So they sent me the address. I get there, it's not a fucking bar, it's a full-on gay club with the whole London gay scene there, and I'm there with all of my bags, and I'm like, what
That's
the fuck?
That's so embarrassing. It's like the first day of school.
Literally, and I'm in the queue is way around the street with all my bags, and everyone's just, all the gays are just chatting away, like having a bit of crack, and then go in, end up staying out like fucking all night long, go to my hostel the next day, shock, go to my hostel at like 4 or 5 a.m. to check in, get in anyway, get up then, a bit hungover, a bit fragile for Mighty Hoopla. And I ended up going. The first day was so fucking fun.
Wait, what was the lineup for Mighty Hoopla? It was something like, I know Jojo Siwa was there.
Jojo Siwa was there. Her? Yeah, I seen her.
Did she do Come As a Bitch?
Yeah, she done it twice.
I should've known
better, me. I seen her twice.
Did she do the dance?
Yeah, I didn't really. You know what I noticed about myself in Mighty Hoopla? I was that steaming that I didn't really see like one act, as in like I didn't look at them, as in like I was there vibing, but I didn't
I
actually
don't
look
think
at anyone.
I think it's that kind of festival though.
Yeah,
you're not going for the music. You're
Yeah.
not going for JoJo Siwa, like.
Nelly Furtado was there and she was unreal.
Yeah, my sister was actually at it. She showed me videos. It
Oh my god,
looked so
I didn't
good.
realize how good she was. Like I was like,
Oh, she's got the hits.
no, I didn't know. I didn't realize. And every
Right.
song I was like, oh my god, this is a fucking banger. Like she's on it. And I was so steaming. I kept looking up thinking it was Cheryl Cole because she looked like Cheryl Cole with the big
Hey,
screen. And I was like,
come on.
I was like to my friends, like, is Cheryl Cole
I
playing
would
right
argue
now?
Nelly Furtado's better than Cheryl Cole. That's
Yeah,
just me.
100%.
Yeah.
Way better?
Yeah.
Oh, way better. What
Way
the fuck?
cuntier.
Yeah, way better. Way cuntier. I like that word. I've started using it recently.
Yeah, same. I like.
Cunty.
Yeah, cunty. I like that.
So yeah, there was a good lineup. To be fair, it was just like pure pop, gay, girly vibes. You know what I mean? But first day, I literally lost my friends as soon as I got in. So I was bouncing about Mighty Hoopla by myself, having the time of my life. I spent like an hour with these like 40, 50-year-old women just chatting shite to them for ages, and then I was bouncing about. But it was funny because like 1 minute I would be with like the Dublin gays, and it was with like the London gays and the Manchester gays and the Glasgow
I
gays.
like the way you categorize them. Like I don't know all these groups. Like I'm just like.
See, I know a few different groups of different gays.
It's like, do you know the London gays? I'm like, no. Like, who the fuck are they?
I don't think you should. I don't think I should be categorizing them either. I don't think that's a thing.
Well, no, they're in London and they're gay, so you can call them that.
I don't know. I just go by accents and just know where people are from. Like yeah.
What am I? The Fermanagh gay.
We culty gay. I'm a culty gay too. It's fine. I'm from the fucking sticks in Tyrone, like.
Yeah, see him. I'm in the country, like.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm very close to town, but anyway.
Are you? I'm not. I'm like 20 minutes. My house is in the
No,
middle of nowhere.
I don't like. I'm like a city boy, like at heart.
Oh yeah, same. I don't belong in the country.
No,
Well,
definitely
maybe in
not.
the future. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, when I'm old, like I want to live beside the beach.
In Thailand or somewhere. Maybe.
I was just gonna say like Donegal.
I feel like I feel like my Crazy Kegs comes in waves, but I also have like Spiritual Zen Kegs, and I feel like eventually Crazy Kegs is gonna die off, and Spiritual Zen Kegs is
Yeah,
gonna find
I've
us.
yet to see the spiritual one you talk about. I've seen Crazy Boy every single time.
Yeah, well, he hasn't. The Spiritual
I'll
Kegs
stick
hasn't
around.
written
I'm
away.
sure he'll come out.
Hey, well, I'm going to Medicine Festival in August, so I'll be Zen Kegs then. But fucking hell, tangents. We got from tangents so much. So yeah, Hoopla, having a ball the first day, ended up at an afters, ended up going to a fucking club called Fire, and Fire is a crazy club. Have you been?
No.
Fire is like London Gay Central, and I don't know if you're listening to this, you might not know what London Gay means, but I feel like I used to be very overwhelmed by London Gay scene, because I feel like they're very just like, I feel like they're just really in the gay scene and just like really know how to party, and when you're not used to that life, you're just a bit like overwhelmed by it all, and everyone's like topless and ripped and fucking, it's a wee bit intense if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
And I think it was that point in the night where I was like sobering up, and I was like, oh my god, this is a bit hectic. So I went home. To be fair, I say I'm going home. I literally left my friends to say bye to them all because they're still partying. I was like 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's literally not early at all.
That is not going home. You did not go home that night.
I went back to my hostel at like
Oh
7 a.m. Had like 3 hours sleep, and then ended up becoming friends with 2 of these people in my hostel. So
Yeah.
sound like angels. Went for breakfast with them. Then went to Mighty Hoopla again.
And what happened on this day? I feel like this is what everyone wants to know. What happened on this day? Go on.
Right, so I was having a ball, Mighty Hoopla, all my friends. Went to meet my friend Dylan, who I have done lots of seasons with. He's a good friend of mine. And when we were at the Red Bull stage, I was very drunk, so don't really remember exactly what happened, but we ended up with this guy. At the start, I wasn't sure if I really fancied him or not. I wasn't sure. And then next thing, we're freaking...
Were you just like bumped into each other? Or?
Dylan was chatting him or something, I don't really
Okay.
know. And then next thing, all I know is I'm freaking snogging the face off him in the middle of the Red Bull tent.
Yeah.
And we're just vibing away, and then Dylan said that he's going to go somewhere or something, so I'm just with this guy, we're having a bit of crack, boogieing away, kissing the face of each other, and I was like, well, actually, he actually is hot here. And then we're in one of the tents just vibing, and then I think he starts talking about like New York or something, and I was
early.
What?
It's like that early.
No, as in like he just randomly started talking about New York.
Oh, I thought you meant like a flight. Okay, continue.
Yeah, no, he did, but
Oh.
I don't right, because I was so drunk, I don't remember the time frame. I don't know whether I was with him for an hour. I don't know if I was with him for 3
Yeah.
hours. I don't know.
Right.
And we're in this tent, and he started talking about New York, and he was like, "Why don't we go now?" or something like that. And I was like,
Sorry, that is crazy. Like that's actually something. What did they call that? Not love bombing. Yeah, is that love bombing?
it might be.
That's definitely love
And
bombing.
I think because I'm of such, like, I feel like I want, like, if I want someone, I want them to be spontaneous and adventurous and
Same.
stuff. And I've spoken with that on my social media.
Yeah.
And I actually then found out that he messaged my friend Connor with a picture of me in his story a few days before, being like, "Oh, I fancy him. Like I see him on TikTok all the time or something."
Yeah.
So he knew who I was beforehand, but I didn't know this. And I'm like, wait, did he know that I like spontaneous, adventurous men? Is that why he wanted me on a holiday? But I don't know. I don't know if that's true. That could be absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
But at the time, we're vibing, having a bit of crack, and he seemed really cool and sound, and I was like, yeah, perfect, let's go. And then we went out of the stage for him to book the flights, because he was like,
Oh, he's actually booked it there and then.
in the fucking festival.
That is wild.
No, I know, hectic. But in the moment, I was like, yeah. And in my head, I was like, wait, is this a good idea? But then I was like, fuck it, I'll do it for the plot.
So he pays you to go. He buys flights to Amsterdam.
Yeah, so he pays for I'm steaming, and this man is like feeding my ear with nice things.
Oh, man, I'd be all over
And
it. I'd be all over it.
I'm a wee spontaneous boy who loves to travel, and he's like, yeah, I'll pay for your flights to Amsterdam. We're going on holiday right now. And I'm like, yes,
They
let's
tell
go.
you you're not supposed to do that, but like, why does it feel so good then?
Yeah, true.
Like they say it's love bombing, but like, then why is it like good? Like, why do I keep wanting to do it?
I don't know.
I get why, but like,
Yeah, we'll get there.
yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. So we go out of the crowd, and when we're at the crowd, he books the flights to Amsterdam, and then we go to my hostel, get my bags. We leave early. We didn't even see the main headline or whatever that day.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think I seen barely one act that day. I can't even lie. And we go to my hostel, get my bags, go to his apartment. We get to his apartment, and when we're at his apartment, he's like, actually, let's go to Barcelona. So he books Barcelona as well.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. But we're at his thing, and I start to
Hola.
get knackered. I'm like, oh my god, I actually need to sleep. So I slept for a bit, and so he stayed up. I slept, and I wake up, and he's like, let's go. So we're like, fucking hell, we're doing this. I'm going to the airport. So I go to the airport. We literally about 6 hours later, we didn't, instead of going to afters, we basically go to Barcelona. So yeah, I basically met this random guy at Mighty Hoopla, and within a few hours he had booked his flights to Barcelona, and 6 hours later we're on the frickin' flight. I'm like,
Come
let's
on.
go.
That's a dream.
It was a bit mad, but yeah, I basically got to Barcelona, and to be fair, it was fun. We were staying in the Axel Beach Hotel, which is like a gay hotel,
Right.
and
What does a gay hotel mean? I've never been in one. For people who've never been in one, what's a gay hotel?
it was my first time there.
Did they just have like Britney Spears playing when you walk in the lobby?
No, it was such a nice hotel as well. I was like, what the hell? But
Oh.
it was my first time there, and like you go on the top floor was like there was a pool. It was like rooftop looking over the place. Everyone's drinking cocktails, and it's just lots of hot gay men in speedos.
Yeah.
And I'm not really the type to wear speedos.
I'm
or,
not
like,
the type to wear Speedos. I hate them. I
Yeah.
hate them.
You know what though? I used to really hate them.
Yeah.
Like
They've grown
I
on
used
you.
to the think that like, oh, if someone's wearing speedos, I get the ick.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't like it. But then when I lived in Sydney, at Sydney World Pride, I wore speedos. Everyone wears speedos, and I started to be attracted to
What do
it.
they call them? Budgie smugglers?
Budgie smugglers, I would be like, oh, it's actually not that bad. I started to kind of like them though, but I don't have the fucking body to be wearing speedos right now
Nah,
either.
neither. I'll stick
But-
to like the Nike shoes.
Yeah, but I fucking ended up wearing speedos. Like the first day, we were just drinking the whole day, and I'm in this top thing wearing speedos. He's wearing speedos. We're all the top thing. We're chatting to all the guys, having a bit of crack, and
Yeah.
we actually are having lots of fun. Like I was really enjoying the first few days. To be
Oh
fair.
no, it sounds like a fucking
I don't
good
think I
time.
sobered up, to be fair. I really don't think I sobered up. But we were having the crack. Oh my god, but I was so drunk, and like if I'm seeing someone or anything, I do not post them on my social media. Like they
Yes.
do not go on my social media
Same.
for a good few months at least.
Unless there's someone to make jealous.
Yeah, unless you want to do that, yeah.
Well, not really.
But yeah, I wouldn't post any of mine. I was fucking blocked posting this man on my fucking story and everything. I think what it was is because
I seen that. I seen you to like poolside or something.
oh no, actually, it's actually giving me the fear thinking about it. Like
Yeah.
I was like, why did I do that? Because obviously I posted the video on TikTok. The TikTok popped off. It got like loads of views, and like everyone was asking for updates. But I was too like
Yeah.
drunk to make TikToks or like to give updates on TikTok, so I just
So
posted
let's
it.
give them a little story.
I give him a story of it, and it's literally this man in between my legs whilst I'm wearing speedos. He's in his
Oh wait, I didn't
speedos.
see that one.
No,
You uploaded two then.
I uploaded a few. Like, what is wrong with me? I actually get
That
the
Kegs
fear.
hard launched on
No.
the first date. No, I couldn't.
I was
man.
just giving the people what they wanted. I think in my head I was like, I didn't really see it going anywhere anyway, so I was just like, fuck it, it's a fun wee adventure. I'm gonna post
It's
about
actually, it's really not that deep. Like,
it. No,
sharing a photo of like what you're doing. It's not that deep. Like
But-
people are like hard launch, soft launch.
my
like,
ma's probably fucking freaking out. I've just flew to Barcelona to random man, and then I post a picture of me in speedos, him between my legs wearing speedos, massive bulge by the way. Everyone fucking replying to my
What you're?
him, a massive bulge, and he's literally just looking
Come
at me.
on.
No, my story views are literally usually like 8 to 10k.
Yeah.
Hit the views were like over 20k for that fucking week. I was like, but I didn't realize thanks I was so drunk, and I was like, oh my god, it was so the fear. But
To be
it's
fair,
fine.
like everyone I knew seen that
yeah,
because I come into it in a bit, but like we'll get there.
Yeah. So the whole thing's kind of like a blur. We just got so drunk the first 2 days. Like we
Yeah.
were just having the crack.
Whirlwind romance kind of
Whirlwind
thing.
romance. It was very hot, very spicy, very fun. It was
Yeah.
good crack. I enjoyed it. And then was it the third day that I met you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might have been. I can't remember.
Okay.
It's all a bit of a blur now. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't-
But basically me and the guy go on a date in Soho House, and on the date,
fuck Soho House.
yeah, it's not my vibe either. It's not my vibe
I
either.
shouldn't say that because I think you get banned from going in, but I don't really
I
care.
really don't care either. It's not my vibe
Yeah,
at
I
all.
don't really. Yeah, it's fucking.
To be fair, the food was so nice. Like I was having this beef fillet, and like the food was
Yeah, the
unreal.
drinks were nice too. To be fair,
Yeah, the drinks were so good. Oh my god, what is it? A picante? I was drinking picante. It's
Oh.
unreal.
I only had that for the first time last week. They're so nice.
It was so fucking good, but not a spicy one because I can't deal with spice. But yes,
I have trained myself to deal with spice because I was like embarrassed about being like really white and like not being able to like take any chili. So I used to like just pour so much paprika
Really?
in my food. Yeah. So now I'm like pretty like
Oh,
I can handle
can't
like the
deal.
hot Nando's now, which is
I
like
can
not
just
a
about-
flex, but like it's good for me.
I can just about do like lemon and herb or whatever it is, and I don't really eat
I love
lemons.
lemon herb. To be fair. I mix both.
I can't deal with spice. I lived in India for a month and I couldn't eat. Like I remember I stayed with this Indian
When
family.
they load it on.
And I had to order pizza because I couldn't eat any of the food. It was hectic. But anyway, moving on, tangent, Jesus. So we're at Soho House having a cute wee date, and
Yes.
I think then, because we kind of sobered up at this point, I started to realize that he's not my vibe. He's a nice guy, sound guy, but then I started just conversation wasn't really flowing that much, and I was just like, I think what it is he is heavily involved in the London gay party scene, and yes, that's fun for a wee bit for
You're
me.
not like looking for that.
I'm not looking for that at all, and
Yeah.
I think that's his like. I think from
He's a party boy.
he is a party boy,
Yeah.
and like obviously that's the life
You're an
he
ex-party
lives.
boy.
I'm an ex party boy who dabbles in it,
Yeah.
but he's
An ex-party boy who relapses from time to time.
But I think it was just like I don't really think this boy's my vibe, but we're still having fun anyway. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you come into the equation.
So Kegs so basically my timeline is I finish Primavera, we check out of our hostel, my friends go home, I don't because I just did not want to go back to Fermanagh, Ireland. So I lost my passport, sorry work, and then I got an Airbnb and I stayed there on my first like day there, like a few hours after I checked in. Kegs is like, oh my god, you're in Barcelona, like do you want to come meet us tonight, or do you want to come to Pride with us, or is Pride in like a nearby town the day after? And I was like, sure, like I'll like let's meet tonight for a drink. And he was like, okay, we're at Soho House, like come meet us. And I was like, the fuck, like Soho House, okay.
Well, I didn't even know what it
Let
was
me
really
put on my
before that.
Sunday best.
Did you know what it was beforehand?
Yeah,
I think I've heard of it, but I didn't really know much
I
about
kind
it.
of mythologize it. Like I've always wanted to go, to be fair.
Really?
But like, yeah, always, yeah.
You didn't like it?
Well, no, because the bartender was so rude.
The thing is, though, she was so nice to me at the start.
Yeah, I know. And oh my god, another crazy thing. The guy that I'll come to this. Okay. Anyway, so Kegs invites me, so I come down to Soho House in my fake sambas, cold sore on lip, like vodka cough. We've been drinking like that shitty like €5 Rushkinoff, whatever it's called. I don't know. Anyway, so you send your man down to reception. So you go into Soho House and they're like, can you sit down? So I like sit down and wait. Because you need a membership basically to enter Soho House if you're like not aware.
And it's like expensive to have a membership as well.
It's expensive. You have to pay. I think it's like £190 a month.
Really? Yeah, it's like
No.
$2,000 a year. I think he's something mentioned.
Well, no, yeah, maybe even more.
I don't really know.
I don't really know either. Look it up, but it's definitely expensive. And it's basically just a place you can like eat, drink. Some of them have like gyms and like pools. So I was like, okay, like, so anyway, I get in. You send your man downstairs, and he's with me because he's a membership. I don't. So like, obviously, I need to like cling on. So then we go in. We go up the lift. Meet you upstairs.
Yeah.
And then we go get a drink. And this barmaid, okay, so why did I say barmaid? Bar woman, bartender. Like I go up and I get a drink and I'm like, would I be able to get a spicy margarita and a shot of tequila? And she's like, yeah. So she's like, do you have a membership? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, I need like a card. And I was like, okay, like let me get my friend. So you come over and like you go get the card. That's fine. And then we're like talking. And she gives me a margarita. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, can I have my shot? And she's like, what? And I was like, can I have my like shot of tequila? And she was like, we don't do that here. We don't do
Oh my
shots
God,
of
yeah.
tequila. Which, like, yeah, you do. Like, what the fuck? You're a bar. Like, you have shot glasses, you have tequila. Like, you do. And then she's like, you can have it neat. I was like, okay, I'll have it neat then. Like, it's just a neat basically just means with no ice. It's basically a shot just in a bigger glass, a glass like this. Like,
Yeah.
for anyone watching. So I got my neat tequila and my whiskey, and then my morgue, and then you get your drink, and she like charges us twice.
Yeah, so
doesn't
that's
she?
what I was thinking, because I was like, I just spent like €42 on those drinks or whatever, and then
Yeah.
you paid again, and I was like, she definitely just charged us twice,
Yeah.
100%. Like, no way.
Just the overall vibe was like snotty, and I was like, fuck off. Like,
So one thing that gave me a bit of a red flag from the guy, like obviously everyone's different, everyone lives individual lives. For me, I don't care about status. I don't care about like class or like, oh my God, I'm
Same.
being seen in Soho House. I don't care about materialistic things. Like, that's just not me. I'm just whatever, go the flow, down to earth.
yeah.
I think he mentioned something about like Soho houses like with status or something, and I think that kind of gave me like a bit like, oh, that was the first sort of like, oh, not really sure about this guy.
Like, I feel like he mentioned that like a few times.
Yeah, and then you came, and I think when you came, it sort of burst the love bubble that we were in, because I started then noticing things that I didn't like about him. Yeah, I just sort of burst the bubble, and then I started to clock on the things that I wasn't really a fan of about this guy. No, I honestly don't want to say anything bad about this guy, because everyone's different and we're all like on our own path.
Yeah,
but he's
no,
just not my vibe, my own personal vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, then you came and we were having
Talking.
Yeah.
Just had a like bit of a conversation, like getting to know the guy.
Yeah, and then we went back to my hotel. Did we meet these people?
Oh,
we went
we
to the gay
did.
bar first. Went
Yeah.
to the gay bar first. Met this random group of people, and then met the random group of people. And I sort of noticed some red flags from my guy whilst we're on these different adventures. I think you weren't getting along.
We weren't. Could you pick that up?
Yeah, I think he mentioned something to me about.
Oh,
like,
did he? What did he say?
I think he thought that
This is news
so-
to me.
He said that you were talking about him in the toilets when he was in the toilets, and he heard you overheard you talking about him or something.
Me and you.
No, as in you and the other Irish guy, or maybe it was the Irish guy. I'm not sure.
Fuck! Did he actually say that?
Were you chatting shit about him?
I don't remember, but like probably.
Probably.
He just wasn't like I just didn't like get along with him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, 'cause I don't think he's for you.
Yeah, I think I already knew that at this point anyway.
Yeah.
But then it sort of spiraled. Then after I sort of clocked on, then things just went like from worse to worse to worse.
Yeah.
Like we ended up going back to my hotel, and at this point I think I started to have like a wee bit. Still thought he was kind of hot. I still thought he was hot or whatever, but I was just
Yeah.
like, he's not my vibe, not my type. But he's like not my type in terms of like I don't see this going anywhere after this. But then we go to the gay club.
Okay, this is where things get a little black for me. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like black. Like literally don't remember. We go to Arena, which is in Barcelona. You should go. It's actually like really good place.
It was dead when we were there.
Was it? In my mind, it was like popping off.
No, it was such a big venue, but it was like a Tuesday night or something. So there was like
it was,
no one there.
it was a weekday.
There wasn't that many people there at all. But you ditched straight away, basically. And then
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
don't-
shouldn't have even done. I got my karma.
no, fuck it. You were having fun. You were on the.
I met a. Actually, he wasn't a Spanish man. He was a New York man.
Was he?
Yeah. Okay. So I go home with this guy.
He looks like he's Spanish.
He did look like
Yeah.
he's Spanish.
Spanish boys are hot.
Yeah, I really like the Spanish. To be fair.
Yeah.
But I go home with this guy. I'm thinking he's like, I'm 20. I can't believe I'm 24.
Mate, shut the fuck up. You're a child.
No, I know, but like, I just turned 24. It's new for me. I go home with this guy, and I'm like, oh yeah, like he's my age. Literally thought he was my age, and then like his flat is like this like rooftop like
Penthouse?
balcony flat like
Shut up.
penthouse that he's like Airbnb in, because he's like over from New York. He's like a New Yorker, and then I'm like, oh, like so what age are you? And he's like, I'm 35.
I don't think that's that bad.
It's not, but I was like so shocked because he looked so like.
Yeah, he did.
He
Oh my
looked
god, no,
like
he
my
did.
age.
I seen you at the bar for a split second. I can't really remember what he looks like, but I didn't think he was 35.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was around our age, like
Yeah.
for sure.
And then he realized I had a cold sore like on the taxi home. Okay, so we were kissing in the club, and then he was like, "Wait, you have a cold sore, dude?" And I was like, "What? Like,
Oh my
do
God,
I
I would've
Like,
died.
I didn't know. I don't know. Okay, well, sorry. In my head, like I don't know. I didn't. I thought it was a spot. Whatever. No, I didn't. I knew it was a cold sore.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Whoa, you didn't tell me that, dude." And I was like, "Okay, like it's not fucking like AIDS. Like
Shall I?
what do we do?"
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like the fact that I had a cold sore.
Did you kiss him after that?
A little.
Of course. Fuck it. Fuck it. Is what it is. You're never gonna see him again. Like, so you left for that guy, but then this is where I really was like, oh no, this boy's not for me. So I lost you.
Yeah, what did you do? Like, I don't remember. Because at this point, I feel like the night was de-escalating. Like,
yeah,
we were lucky. We picked up some like Irish meat on the way. We went to a bar and we picked up a few people.
Yeah.
Because
they were
like
fun.
they're really like buffered because
changed
like
the vibe,
me and this guy, like I really wasn't talking, like I couldn't really have a conversation.
No, I felt like the middleman.
I
felt like it was me and you talking, to be honest, and he was just there.
Mate, we were at the bar together and he was like, anyway.
Yeah. So then my guy loses his bag and he is literally freaking out about losing his man bag, and I'm like, it's fine. Like, for me, right, I'm a very chilled out, easy go person.
Yeah.
Like, if I lose something, I'm like, unless it's my phone, if it's my phone, I'm fucking freaking out. But anything else, I'm just like, it's fine. Like, we'll find it. Don't worry, don't stress. But he is like stressing out, going mental, like really, like just seeming like really like, whoa. And I was just like, oh, this is a lot of heavy energy for me. Like, I'm very sensitive to energy too. I definitely picked up on the energy as soon as I met him, but I just sort of ignored it for the plot. But
fair.
yeah,
like so fair. Like, you had such fun. Like,
it was so fun. We did it. No, we had a great time. Nice guy, just not my vibe.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He lost his bag, wasn't happy, and then I was just like, we're meant to go to Stitches Pride the next day.
I know. I was supposed to come with them, but I think lads, we all woke up at like 2 p.m.
No, we all
like,
literally died.
Can't do that.
Like we
can wait.
we can go to anywhere Pride.
We can go anywhere.
But I woke up so hungover, and I was just like, I just need to go home. Like, I can't be arsed with this anymore. The plot has been I've been on a mad one. I was on the partying for literally like a week straight. So I literally was like, fuck this. Booked the flight, went home. And I forgot that I was doing a talk in Castlecourt with a hair company. So I arrive. I literally fly to Dublin.
I don't know why that made me laugh so
no,
much.
it was so. It was my first time doing like a talk on stage, and like I don't even think I've ever done that in my life. Yeah. And I was like, I was excited for this for weeks, and I forgot about it. I just partied for a week straight.
I would have still been drunk. What the hell?
I wasn't drunk. I'd slept from the airport to Dublin to Belfast, got to Belfast, literally got ready, went to Castlecourt, spoke on stage. But afterwards, I just spoke, and I was like, I don't know what I said. I was cringing, and I remember, oh my god, no, I remember. It was Olivia McVeigh. She's like a hair and beauty influencer from Home or whatever. And I don't even know, I haven't even said this to her, but I remember I said something. And as soon as I said it, I started cringing myself. But I noticed her face, because she was standing at the back making videos, and her face cringed, and I was like, I started sinking. I was like, oh, what did I just say? Because obviously I'm a full group of people. I still don't know what I said, but I just remembered. I was like, oh, that's good. And
public speaking is actually probably one of the most difficult things to do ever, because I like saying, so like it's like a similar thing, and like every note, like I'm looking around to see if anyone's like, I just feel like everyone's like laughing the whole time, or like looking at each other to be like,
no, to be fair, it was a group of ladies. Everyone was sound. I don't think I came across bad. I was actually fine, and I'd love to do more public speaking stuff, to be fair, when I'm not partying off for a week long straight. It was so unintentional. And also, I actually forgot to mention this, I also want to give a huge apology to all of our podcast listeners who listen every single week, because we obviously missed a week that week. We had technical difficulties with the I Kissed the Girl episode, so it took a bit longer to edit, and me and Shannon were obviously both enjoying life that week. Yeah. So we didn't really get a chance to edit it, so we just decided to postpone it for a week. And I know it really upset a few of you. Obviously, majority of you probably do not give a fuck, probably didn't even notice. But there was a few of you messages were very upset about it, so I do apologise. I love you, and I hope you continue listening. We're just enjoying life. Do you know what I mean?
You need the content to make the podcast. You know.
True. Oh my god, you wouldn't be having this conversation right now if I wasn't doing that.
Wait,
do you know what I mean?
I actually have something to add on to like our story.
Okay, go.
So obviously, Kegs uploads his TikTok about randomly going to Barcelona with this guy instead of going to afters, and like it pops off. It gets like what, like 500,000 or something, did it get? Yeah, something crazy. And then
when it was spoke about in like fucking BBC Radio 1 and everything, like crazy.
Hell? Like, isn't that the power of social media actually shocks me sometimes. It's bad. And then when I meet him, I upload one, and I'm like, I stitch his video, and I'm like, oh guys, like it's not for clout, like we're here in Barcelona, but like everyone like I start getting loads of comments, and they're like, oh my god, I knew it was you. I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. My cousin texted me on Instagram, this is so cute. My sister's like, are you with Kegs? Everyone's texting me about
Shut
it.
Up.
No, I swear to god, I haven't told you this yet. And I was like, no, I was literally like watching these two, like
you were like a extra character.
I was
that came into the
third
movie.
wheel, and people thought I was like the fucking.
To be fair, I watched it back earlier, and I was like, well, it actually does sound like
it. Does, to be
us.
fair. And then I commented, I was like, no, it's not. But yeah. It was funny.
good crack. It was a crazy week. And yeah, then came home. Finally, guys, for anyone who's listening to the podcast usually, found a gaff, got a car, moving up to Belfast, getting quite a few cool work opportunities in the pipeline for the next couple of months, and I'm just like, everything is finally fucking falling in place, because the past 3-4 months have been a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
And it's all falling into place, and I always knew in my head June is going to fall into place, so we're doing it.
It's Gemini season. And can I ask you if, like, now after your experience, like, going randomly on a holiday, like, would you recommend it? What's the morals of this story? Like, we have to, like, bring something out of it.
That's a very fucking good question. I would say, if I was sober, I probably wouldn't.
Of course.
But because I was drunk at a festival,
yeah,
and it's for the plot, yes. But what I would say is maybe do a wee bit of research just before you go on holiday.
I mean, look at their Instagram first, or like.
Yeah, but his Instagram's cool.
Yeah,
I would say maybe find friends who know this person or something. But you know what? Do it for the plot. As long as you're safe, make sure to keep in contact with all your friends. Post on your story that you're doing it so everyone knows exactly where you are.
True, like he can't kidnap you.
Because that's what I did. I posted that story. I was like, guys, done something spontaneous. Went to Barcelona. This guy, I'm here.
People like tuning in.
Yeah. So at least you know where I am. Just make sure to let people know where you are at all times. I did share my location with a few friends at some point.
That's good advice. Always share your location. Snapmap's on.
I don't use Snapchat ever.
Actually, I don't use Snapmaps anymore either, because some guy rocked up outside my flat in Manchester.
Really?
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I just happened to be on Chapel Street, which is where I lived." And I was like, "You literally live in Liverpool? What the fuck?"
You had some guy who he drove from Liverpool to your house. That's fucking weird.
I know.
I don't have any Snapchat. I have my Snapchat maps turned off anyway. Sometimes
it's kind of cute though.
Is he hot?
Yeah, he has Scottish accent. I love it.
It's cute if you fancy them, but if you don't, then it's weird.
No, I mean it was weird. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fucking weird. Like, don't show up.
You had some guy on Grindr following you as well.
Oh my god, I got stalked at Primavera.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So basically, my friend, like, she literally passed out at like Primavera because she hadn't drunk like a month prior, so just a little bit of an intolerance at the moment. Anyway, she's really drunk, so we're like bringing her out of the festival. We're like, okay, we'll go home. It's day one. And there was no one else we wanted to see. So we go to the train station to get like the train or the tram back to the like hostel. And like we're just there, like I'm recording videos and stuff, whatever. I get back to the hostel. I see like this message on Grindr from this guy, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, I'm watching you right now." He's like, "I'm watching you and your friends.
You have your pics on Grindr?
What do you mean?
You have like your pictures on Grindr, yeah?
Yeah, like my face.
Yeah.
So he knew it was me.
Weird.
And then he was like, "Come over to the car." And obviously these were all sent like an hour before, like before I'd got back to the hostel. And then he was like sending like photos of himself, like him like flexing like this, and I was like, okay.
Oh god.
And then he was like, "Come over to the car." He was like, "You're so cute," and sending me all these photos. And then he sent photos of me and my friends at the train station. So while we were standing there, I had no clue this guy was in the car directly opposite us. He was videoing and taking photos of us and sending it to me. And like when I got back to the hostel, I literally like I was like, "What?" I was like screaming. I was like, all my friends like get out of their beds, like come over to my phone. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like
people are fucking weird.
Like CCTV'd. And yeah, I was just like said to him, I was like, "Restraining order." Like that's weird. And he just like
weird.
liked my message.
Just liked it.
Yeah,
it's
like,
normal behavior.
Yeah, he was
someone.
just like, "Okay, restraining order." Actually, he asked me the next day, "How are you?" And then I had to block him.
Yeah, block that shit.
Yeah.
What the hell? I remember there was one time I was solo traveling Italy, so I was completely on my. By the way, my ADHD brain, I've realized this. Whenever someone tells a story, I think of a similar story, and I say it to relate to the conversation.
Yes.
It's not that I make it about myself, because I've realized that. It's like I used to think, oh my god, am I making everything about me? But then I realized it's because of ADHD. You relate to the stories from saying a similar story.
I like heard this on like a podcast today.
Yeah.
Like people are like, "Is it narcissistic for you to like bring up your own experience when someone's telling a story?" And I think it like depends on the like on what they're saying.
Yeah.
But like for you right there, no, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you're just like relating, like we just
100%.
have shared the same experience.
So it wasn't to do with like Grindr or nothing. I remember I was by myself in Italy, literally solo traveling, and next thing I get a notification on TikTok. Some person has videoed me walking up the street and posted it on TikTok, being like, "Just seen Kegs walking the streets of Italy," and I'm like,
in Italy?
In Italy, I was like, in
You're
Rome.
international?
I was like, sorry,
So
what the fuck? It was so weird. I was like, is this boy following me? Like, what the fuck is going on? But
wait, that's such a flex, like being videoed in Italy.
This was like a good few years ago whenever I first started TikTok, so I think it was like a new thing, if that makes sense.
I mean, that happened to me in like Enniskillen, not so much of a flex.
Really? I'm going to piss myself.
Oh yeah, so am I.
Guys, so we're drinking today. Like I said, I'm a little bit tipsy. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tipsy and I need to pee. So we're taking a wee piss break and we'll be back in a second. So
BRB.
cue the adverts.
Right.
Woo! Right, so we're back from a wee piss break and we've got an extra wee drink. We're like, fuck it. We're going to Schwaps. How do you say Schwaps? Schwaps?
Schweppes.
Schwaps. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're going to a Schwaps event after, so we're like, friggin', let's have a few wee drinks. Why not? So, because we just told a wee story time of doing things for the plot, I'm sure we've told quite a few wee ones in there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun for you to tell a story or two or whatever you have of things that you've done for the plot in your
Got a
life.
few.
Right, fill me in. Excite me.
Okay, so one that stands out is like, okay, so basically when I lived in Manchester, I let a homeless man live with me.
What, like how? What the fuck? What do you mean?
Okay, so let me explain. So basically, I lived in a flat upstairs, me and my friend, and downstairs, my other friends lived in a flat. And in my other friend's flat, their flatmate started subletting out their flat, like one of the rooms in the flat. And it was this boy called Dennis. So Dennis like comes in, he's from India, but he'd been living in London like 2 years prior. And basically, Dennis gets kicked out of his flat in like the first week by the other guy who subletted it out. Also, it's illegal to sublet a room out, right? Because we're in like student accommodation.
What? Oh my god, yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, so it's illegal, like
Right.
from the bat. But Dennis like doesn't have like the best grip on like the English language and stuff. So I think that's why he was like so easily duped.
Yeah.
So anyway, basically I come in one day to their living room and like Dennis is like on the sofa and I'm like, he's like like in a, I don't know why I laughed, but it was just like funny, like looking back on the whole context of this thing. And he was like in a blanket and I was like, what's wrong? Like all my friends were drinking and stuff. And he was like, oh, they basically explained the whole story and I felt really bad. And I was like, oh,
Story of what? That your man's just...
so basically the flatmate came in to Dennis's room and he's like, get the fuck out. Like, I don't want you living here and give me my money. I'm locking the door. You can find somewhere else to live.
Why did he do that?
Because he's basically scamming him.
Oh shit.
So basically he just wanted the money, didn't want their like room.
Oh,
being
so the
filled.
flatmate's a dick?
Oh, dickhead.
Oh, right, okay.
So basically Dennis then filled us in that he had like forged these documents saying like the place was called X1 where I lived, and he like forged the documents saying that like his dad owned the building and that he was like had shares in it and stuff. So Dennis was like completely duped.
He's gonna get bad karma.
Oh, 100%, like something really fucked up's gonna happen to him. I
100%.
wish I was still in his life to like know what's gonna happen to him. But I know it's gonna be bad. So anyway, I go in and I'm like, we have a spare room in our flat. Like the roof is leaking, but it's better than nothing. So I was
Yeah.
like, listen, come up to my flat and like you can live there. Because at the time, like the guy would like come into the flat and like ring Dennis, and he'd be with like a group of guys and they'd ring on like an unknown number and like intimidate him. He'd be waiting outside the building and like he would come into the flat and like they'd all get in fights because like my friend
Like actual physical fights?
no, like screaming at each other. 'Cause,
Right, okay.
like my friend would be trying to defend Dennis. She'd be like, what the hell? Like you can't like do that. Like you can't just like, anyway, big drama. He comes to our flat and we're like, okay, we need to sort you out. We need to get you like a house. We need to get you like a job, because he didn't have either. He'd literally just arrived to Manchester. He didn't know anyone there. So we're like we're looking at houses for him. We're looking for him to get universal credit, which is like,
The dole.
yeah, basically. And he couldn't go to like a homeless shelter because apparently you have to be like 3 months like living in the city for that to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we do all that, and like at the time, like the police get called to my friend's flat because obviously the guy subletting it out had like told them and like said there was like someone that wasn't allowed to be there being there. So the police came to the flat downstairs, and like also the security came, and we were like arguing with the security. So anyway, it was a big drama, and like basically he was hiding in our room. Like the subletter, I don't want to say his name, did not like know that he was in our flat, because if he'd known that, like there would have been a target on our backs as well.
100%, yeah.
So yeah, we're helping Dennis get a job, and he's like,
That's really sound of you, to be fair.
yeah, I was like, come on, what else am I gonna do?
Mm.
And like, but around this time he was like showing like kind of erratic behavior. Like he would leave the building, which we told him not to do because the subletter was like waiting outside the building a lot, and like we didn't want him to get like battered. So we were like, just like try and stay here.
That's
and,
so
like,
scary.
no, it was actually like really intimidating.
That's traumatizing, like.
But he would like go out to like Manchester and like not come home till like 3 a.m, or we'd be out and he'd be like, I need to get back in, and we're like, we didn't know you were leaving. Like he just was kind of
That's
breaching
annoying.
rules. And also I was away one night, and like my flatmate said that he brought in like a boy to the flat, And I was like, that's really weird, like considering like it's not his flat.
Yeah, fair.
And also we seen his like Grindr profile, and it said like, I need cock, like for, and like the dollar like emoji,
Oh shit.
which is like obviously awful. Like if he is like doing that for money, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's the oldest like job in the game. Like no shame in that, but like,
No, if that's what you want to do,
but not in our flat.
but not in your flat.
Like,
you need to respect
please,
people's
like-
boundaries. Like they're doing a nice thing for
Come
you. You can't be a
on,
fucking. You
like-
can't be shagging people for money in some people's
No,
flats that you
so
don't
like
know.
I think he could have been like prostituting once in that room. I don't know. That's my theory.
Oh shit! In your bedroom.
Yeah. And so like
Oh,
anyway, like
God.
we do loads of things for him. I clear out like my cupboard. I'm like, or we had a spare cupboard, sorry, and we like put our food in it, and we're like, you can have this. And he was like, no, like actually it was like so easy to take care of, because he was just like, I just want like custard creams and ready salted crisps. And cigarettes. So we'd like go to the shop and get him like cigarettes and like ready salted crisps, whatever. So anyway, yeah. The subletter keeps ringing, keeps intimidating him. It's getting quite scary, to be
Why? Because
honest.
he knows he's in your flat.
He doesn't know he's in our flat, but he knows that like my flatmates down, my friends downstairs, like know where he is and stuff. And then
What the fuck is wrong with people?
so basically, Dennis gets a job. Okay,
Yeah.
gets a job. We're buzzing for him.
Doing what?
I think it was something to do with like phone related sales,
Okay.
something like that. And then he ends up getting a flat, and we're like, oh my god, class. So Dennis leaves.
Sorry, how the hell do you get a flat if you're like homeless in Manchester? That's so like you need like guarantors and all. That's so fair play.
Okay,
then.
so this moves on to my next point. I think we got scammed.
Okay.
Dennis moves. We never hear from him again. We literally never hear. He never says thank you. He doesn't leave and say like thank you so much for like housing
He doesn't
me.
say anything.
He doesn't say fuck all.
Oh.
We come back to the flat one day. All of his stuff is gone.
That's bizarre.
I literally have never seen him since. He just gone. And, no, literally. And so I mean, I don't text him because I'm like, well, whatever. If you want to be a cunt, like be a cunt.
Yeah.
But then I still follow him on Instagram, and he's putting up stories of like, guys, whoever, like everyone who like shares this or something, like I will buy one of yous like a new iPhone, or it was some like weird scammy like story. And I was like, and my friend texted me, he's like, how the fuck can you afford an iPhone? You were literally homeless last week. Like, how can you be giving away iPhones?
Scam.
Anyway, so we never saved Dennis again, whatever. But the subletter still has beef with my friend because she has like reported him to security. They've been beefing. The flat is, he's no longer welcome in the flat. So one day, my flatmate and my friend come back to our accommodation and go to her car. And conveniently for the subletter, it's parked out of cameras. There's no cameras on it. It is bashed up. The windows are broken in.
Fuck off.
My friend was ginger, and he spray painted. This is kind of funny. He spray painted it orange. The car, like all over the car.
Oh my, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, I know. I thought, why? Maybe it's not funny, but
No,
like,
the
I
fuck?
just thought it was so like fucking weird. So yeah, he broke the.
You're
so,
such like dark humor, don't you?
I
love
do,
it.
but I mean, come on, like that's. It's just kind of like sick and twisted,
Yes,
like
very
that
sick
you
and
have
twisted.
to laugh. But like, yeah, so her car was wrote off because of helping Dennis out, and he never even said thank you.
Oh my god, he's a dick. I wonder what he's doing now.
Maybe still prostituting. I don't know. Or maybe he's like excelled at his call center career. I wish him the best, honestly, but like
Was he
literally
hot?
just like no.
Why did I ask that?
He wasn't. No. I was doing charity work, not.
Fair. That's a good story, to be fair. That's
I know,
something you done for the plot. It's a good story as hell.
Yeah, 100%. Do you have any stories for the plot, or do you have?
I
Any
have
that you
many
got?
stories for the plot, and I save them for every week because we do like a wait to hear the crack, and I save. So I have a list on my phone of all the different things that I've done for the plot in my life, and each week I would tell the podcast something. I suppose I could give one today. I don't have loads of time because I feel like we literally have been rambling on, but I'll give a wee quick one, right?
Yeah.
Doing a season of Marbella with my ex-boyfriend when I was like 19, and by the way, I'm literally working for pennies. Like, I don't think we got paid. We got commission for getting people into the shittest bar in Portobello, as in like we got paid like fuck all. I got paid a free drink basically, and my job was basically standing down with all the yachts and all the fancy cars trying to get people into the shittest bar in fucking Marbella. One night anyway, I'm skint. This Hindu comes up to me, chatting away. I'm this young 19-year-old gay boy, and they're chatting away, and they're like, it's her Hindu. We wanted to get a stripper. We couldn't get a stripper, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, will you be the stripper? And I was like, yeah, perfect. I'll do it, because I needed the money. And I get dragged in. I go up to my boss, and I was like, can I be a stripper for this Hindu? And he was like, yeah, do it somewhere private. So I get dragged into an alleyway by this fucking Hindu of these like 15 women or whatever, and I'm in the middle of this alleyway, and I'm literally like stripping off. They're putting like 20-euro notes in my boxers, and I'm like stripping all this alleyway.
I would do it for the money.
But it was fun. It was like something I was like, this is such a funny thing I'm doing. I was pissing myself. I was steaming. I was getting free drinks all night, and I'm pure grinding on this fucking bride like in my boxers.
I bet they loved it.
They were pure loving it. I've actually if you scroll to
did they know you were gay, or did they think?
I don't know. I'm not sure. If you scroll, I actually posted a video of it on my Instagram, but it's like 7 years ago. 7 years ago. So it's literally like
there is no one hornier than a group of girls on a Hindu.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, it was fun. That's a good story for the plot.
That's funny.
So let's talk about TikTok.
Yes.
So you started TikTok properly. You started 3 years ago, popped off a year ago. The first thing I seen of you was prank calls.
I know. They went off.
Prank calls are fucking hilarious.
So I was prank calling. I basically prank called Urban Outfitters that I like low-key got fired from. I just like didn't really get hired after the induction trial. And then I prank called them, got like a couple of million views. And so I just kept doing them. And then I was like, okay, like let me do this TikTok thing. And I was recording in work. I worked in Costa at the time, and they fucking seen one of my videos, didn't they? So they fired me.
They fired you because of TikTok? Yeah,
but to be fair, it was like it was pretty valid, like what I posted.
Fair. What would you post?
So I was in my uniform. So this is why I got fired from Costa. I was in my uniform. I was like recording myself in the kitchen. And I was really annoyed because like, so moms bring their babies in all the time. Absolutely fine, of course. But like the babies will like spew everything over the table, crunch it up, like grinding machines. And but like what pisses me off is when they don't like clean it up or like at least put it in like a pile.
Yeah.
So I made a video about that. I was like, come on guys, like you're paying like £3 for coffee and you leave me like 10 minutes worth of work to like clean up after you. So I do that, but the caption is a bit gruesome. I have like a dark sense of humor. Okay,
yeah,
like,
you really do.
Yeah, I do, but like nothing is meant like seriously.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had the caption, I'm about to start sticking needles in high chairs soon. Which obviously
oh my god.
Okay, obviously it's not very like brand friendly. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I just get this email from Costa, and they're like, we got sent your TikTok. We're appalled. You're fired.
Did they just email you?
They emailed me, yeah.
Not even like a formal meeting or nothing?
No, like I was on the spot. Like they were like, get this man out of our fucking shop right now. So I read this whole email back as like, I've got a family to support. Like I've been working here so hard.
3 kids.
It had nothing to do with my like store managers and stuff. Like we all got along really well. Like I was a good worker. It was HR. Like it went straight like to the big guns. I was like, yeah, I've like watched someone die in your store. True story. Someone literally died in front of us when we were working. It was fucking wild. And
how?
I think he had a heart attack.
Oh my god, that's hectic.
And they were doing cardiac, what's it called?
CPR?
No, anaphylactic, is it?
Oh, Jesus, I don't know.
Anaphylactic or defibrillators, I'm not sure. But they were doing those electric things on him. It was really sad actually because there's like, I'm sorry, the old people were literally like hopping over him to get like an iced latte.
What?
I swear to God, like, so Costa basically shut down. He was pronounced dead on the swing. It was actually so tragic. I had to leave. Like, it was really, honestly, so fucking strange to watch someone like die in front of you.
Yeah, I don't think I could deal with that.
Like, condolences to that man's like family and friends. That was really difficult to watch. But Costa closed for like 30 minutes.
Is that it?
And they're like reopened. They don't take away for the rest of the day. I thought that was so weird. I was like, close your like someone has literally died in your shop today.
Yeah, you need to close.
Like if that was like an independent like Irish shop, like yeah they would close out of respect.
No, literally.
Costa isn't losing money from like Enniskillen store closing for a couple of hours.
What the fuck?
So that was part of my email.
My ADHD brain. Go on ahead.
Yeah. So I was just like saying all that. I was like, please, like I need this job. I'm gonna be homeless. And
you're not happy
she was
you
like,
left?
yeah, I am. But she was like, she just emailed back. She's like, no, frankly, your caption, I'm going to start sticking needles in high chairs, was appalling, and we cannot justify a lesser action. And then I was like, please, there must be some like lesser action you can take. Like, just don't fire me. I'll do anything. And then she was like, no, she just doubled down, and I was like, okay, like thanks. I just said like thanks, honeybee, because I was like sick of her. Like
Thanks, honeybee.
Thanks, honeybee. It was the first thing that came to my head.
Did you prank call Costa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that.
I prank called actually like 8 Costas
Really?
in like north of Ireland, and then that same woman like sent an email around all the Costas in like the north of Ireland, Northern Ireland, depending on your persuasion. And was like, there's a prank caller calling these stores, like beware. Like, so, like there was like a message sent around all the Costa like managers group chat about me.
Beware of this man.
Beware, like I was like a serial killer.
I was pissing myself at the one that you prank call someone. I was like, is this Darragh Greene?
I know. I've been getting called out actually recently.
Yeah, you need to go elsewhere.
I know. I do normally like phone England.
Yeah.
Because they don't know me.
No, but your prank call videos literally the fucking funniest things ever. I love them so much.
That's what pops off first.
I think with me, I think I love them so much because I love when I don't usually like chat shit to people, but when I'm really close to someone, like my best mates, I chat the most shit just to wind them up.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking fun just to like lie to them. It's great crack.
Yeah.
But I
love lying.
Yeah, I do, but I don't. Like I think I try not to on like line or whatever.
Yeah.
But unless it's like with my friends just winding them up, I love that. But I try and be honest. But
I love being a troll and I love winding people up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I know it makes me come across like such a like fucking like dick sometimes, but like I can't help it.
That's just your banter, fuck it.
Yeah, it's just my banter. Like there's really no harm in it. Like no one has ever messaged me and be like, can you please take down that video? And if they did, like I really would. Like I don't want like anyone. I always like cut people's names out or like their place where they work or their second name. Like I never. There's no harm in it, like, because people are like commenting, they're like, stop harassing like minimum wage workers, and I'm like, I'm the minimum wage worker. I work in a hotel. Like, I am one of them. But yeah,
it's fun. Fuck it.
It's fun. It's just a little bit of crack.
So yeah, I actually seen a TikTok the other day. You were talking about haters. You're like, oh, they're so annoying. What's the crack there? What hate have you getting?
Honestly, like not that much to be honest.
No.
Like I was just like a spur of the moment thing. It's not even like actual hate. It's just like annoying comments. Like I'll upload something like my favorite color's blue, and someone will be like, my favorite color's green, and my mum's dead, and I'm like,
fuck off.
Like okay, like what?
You think you just get that with TikTok, to be honest?
You do. I think
really
it's
do.
just because it's so unmoderated.
Yeah.
Like they're like you can sign up like if you're a robot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need like any information. So people just troll.
Yeah.
But like I don't really get it that bad, to be honest. Like
that's fair.
The Americans do hate my videos though. Really? I do play it up my Chineses.
Oh my god, I remember this.
And they really like don't react well to that. They think it's racist that we say like I'm gonna get a Chinese. Obviously it's like for us it's just like a colloquialism, like it's just like a shortened way of saying it. Like it's bad English, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there was like a whole debate about that. My video was kind of like the forefront of that. It was on my hand was on BBC News pouring a curry.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
They actually tagged me, and it's like if I look up my name, like I come up in that BBC.
Really?
Yeah. Even though like they never like credited me or anything. It's so weird.
If you look up my name, it's just fucking hair transplant. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
can't be asked.
You always come up in my like Instagram like
advertisements.
Yeah, you walking out with that like transplant.
That video that they posted, they must have put some money into the advertisement because it's got like millions of likes. I'm like, fucking hell, they must have paid a lot to go into that advertisement. But yeah, my fucking biggest troll at the minute is this one guy, and I've let him stay there because I'm just like, he comments, gives me engagement.
Yeah.
It's Kegs live execution on
my god, I seen this.
Every video, and it's like after
seen this.
It's after a minute, so you must have like alerts on every time I fucking post. I'm like, what does that mean? Is he gonna go like? Is he gonna see me in person and go live on TikTok and murder me? Like, am I gonna be dead soon on TikTok live? Like, what does that mean?
We're gonna get like a live video on our view page. It's like you like.
But there was one the other day, and it was like he commented on it, and it was like.
Yeah, the one that you don't of me, I've seen Kegs live execution. I was like, what does that mean? Is that like an inside joke? Is he a friend?
No fucking idea.
No.
But there was someone commented the other day, and it was like all these fucking like, it was like I'd say maybe like teenage boys all commenting. I second this, I third this, like fourth this, everyone all agreeing with me. I'm like, fucking hell, these wee straight children hate me.
Yeah.
But fuck it, I literally don't care.
I had like this guy recently.
Yeah.
On every single video I post, they'll just comment where I work. Like the hotel I work.
Really?
The name of the hotel, like that's it. Like so I'm just gonna say like Holiday Inn. It's not, but like I'm just gonna say it. So I post a video of like me doing prank call. They just comment Holiday Inn.
So they've obviously seen you working there.
Yeah.
Because you don't post about you working there, do you?
No, because I don't want to get fired. Because I've been fired for posting about where I worked before. So yeah, I just keep getting that every like time I post, and it's really fucking weird. I'm gonna block him soon.
Fair. And
Then I'm
when you're
like-
applying for jobs now, you're gonna be like fucking look up TikTok, Darragh Greene. Suppose you go to London though. TikTok, your content creation could be doing well in London. To be fair,
True.
because it's such a hot spot
It's
there.
doing well now, but
But
like,
it's doing so well. It's doing so well.
thank you.
You're smashing it. I said this to you the other night.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I love it. And you're so consistent. Because I was literally like looking up your TikTok on the bus here. By the way, bus. Last time I'm fucking gonna be getting the bus ever because I just bought a car. Buzzing about it. Anyways,
Thanks.
looking at your TikTok, scrolling, and I was like, literally, it's still May. You post so much. You're so consistent, which is so hard to do, by the way.
Yeah,
So fair fucks to you for doing that.
thanks. I just like I need to like not work a minimum wage job, so I'm like trying to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. You got this.
Yeah.
You got this. Yeah. So I reckon we'll move on to the dilemmas / questions / plot things. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So, I kissed my old Irish teacher on my staff night out at Christmas, and she just posted her wedding photos 2 weeks ago.
Wait, I kissed my teacher.
So she kissed her old
Wait, let's
teacher.
unpack. I kissed my teacher.
She kissed her old teacher at Christmas, so like 6 months ago.
She kissed him.
Oh, I don't
It's
know. I don't know
always-
if it's boys or girls. They
Okay,
haven't
fair.
mentioned.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
she is the teacher, is a she,
Okay.
but I don't know if this is a girl or if it's a boy saying
Okay.
this. So they kissed the teacher
Yeah.
6 months ago Christmas, and now her teacher has just got married 2 weeks ago, so she was obviously already engaged.
Cheating.
Cheating bitch. Maybe they're open. Who knows?
No,
No.
I don't think so. I think she cheated.
Oh. Drunk night out kiss.
It's still not acceptable.
Yeah, not acceptable at all.
If someone cheated on me, I'd slash the tires.
Yeah, I do not accept cheating at all. I fucking hate cheating. Like, see if you're in a close relationship and you're cheating, fucking sort yourself out, mate.
It's the worst thing. I think.
But I feel like a lot of people are open relationships these days too. So who knows?
Could be an open relationship.
Don't know. I think
Or-
because the London gay scene has made me realize that everyone wants to be fucking open. I don't think I could do it though. I couldn't.
No, I don't. I couldn't be in an open relationship. I'd be so jealous. Like I
We're both
just don't-
Leos. We just agreed on this. We're both Leos. We're very protective. Like, don't want to be mine.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I just want like one person. Like I want to be
Yeah.
obsessed with them. I want them to be obsessed with
I
me. I don't
want
want anyone
that.
else touching them. Like
Yeah.
Nope.
No, 100%. I'm the same. I want to be obsessed with someone. I want them to be obsessed with me. I want my husband. Where is he? If you're watching this, please message me. I'm joking.
you
Not
met him
really.
in Barcelona. I'm joking.
Oh my god, no, absolutely not. I need to remove that vomit thing. That's so rude. I'm so sorry to that guy. I actually don't mean that. You're just not my vibe. You're actually really good looking and a nice person.
Yeah.
It's not my vibe. Yeah. So I don't know what you made of that. That's a good story for the plot, though. To be fair.
That's a good story for the plot. Like always a good like wedding cheating story is like pretty scandalous.
Yeah.
And
I feel like recently I've noticed so many people.
yeah, maybe
here
keep her in contact for the divorce because it's definitely coming.
Yeah, fair. Found out my ex cheated on me, so I slept with the person they cheated on me with.
Yes, I'm all
Fairs.
for that.
Fairs.
If your ex cheats on, well, ex now, if someone cheats on you, like do it, like fuck her, fuck his dad, fuck his mom, like
Yeah.
do it 10 times worse because
Yeah.
they started it, so you can finish it, and that's like completely fine.
100%, and they must be like gay, so I feel like that's quite common.
Yeah,
guys
but
just get rid of
also that guy who is like passed around both is run through. Well, actually not. Maybe he's just having fun.
Probably.
Yeah,
like
that was a bit harsh of
majority of
me.
guys.
Yeah, no, literally, I like can't talk. Like
No, Jerry
Mr.
loves.
Coleslaw over here talking about being ran through. Like, shut the fuck up.
I had to make a fucking TikTok yesterday for a brand talking about like sexual stuff, and I was asking my friends, Jerry Lavs, who's very good at that sort of stuff, on advice.
Yeah.
And I'm actually not even going to say it in the podcast, but he was basically like using myself as an example, and then he was taking the complete piss out of me. And I was like, oh, thank
He's
you,
funny,
Jerry.
You know, he's
Jerry's
funny.
so funny. I love him.
Yeah.
Right. So there's actually loads here, guys. What the hell? I'm going to
Give me
read
a
out.
juicy one.
I'm going to give a juicy
A
one.
juicy one.
This is. I love that wee voice you do. You do a TikTok as well.
Please.
Please. I grew up my entire childhood giving my brother blowjobs, and now we don't ever speak about it.
What? No, that isn't like even like
Wait,
funny.
Wait. Right up until about 2 years ago, I used to leave nights out early just to go home to him. I think my mum definitely knows, but it's never been spoken about. What the fuck is wrong with you? You
No, no,
need
no.
checked in somewhere.
Okay, wait, no, I actually think there's something a lot deeper going on there. There's obviously like a lot of like family trauma that needs
Yeah,
resolved.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't even think like therapy's gonna fix it. I just think you all need to cut contact with each other and start lives anew. I don't know. That's
Like,
like
move
really
to
weird. Like
Africa?
that's actually like scary.
Yeah, that's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm hoping it's not
But
true.
that's like actually like abuse.
Yeah, that's not well.
That's not like even funny. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Actually, I
Yeah.
hope you're okay.
True, actually, I need to come at that with a different perspective. I'm sending you lots of love. I hope you're okay. And
That's fine for first reaction because it's pretty fucking crazy. Like,
yeah, what the fuck?
do you think that's a lie?
It has to be.
I hope you're lying.
I hope you're lying. If
Yeah.
you're not, then I would move to Africa and like set up a new life and really seek help.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't even know what advice to give on that, but that's not even.
Oh,
doing it
there's
for the
no
plot.
advice to be given. Like that's just like trauma dumping on us right now.
What the fuck? My heart
Yeah.
per person. Hope you're okay. That's fucked up. Yeah, that's the maddest one I've ever seen. I think. After a drunk night out, I woke up in bed with my sister's husband. I'm not out, but should I tell
Guys, like,
her
stop
and how?
cheating. Fuck me.
Why is everyone cheating on this
These are all
fucking?
ran through.
What the fuck?
Continue.
That's all it says.
Oh, well, she just woke up with her sister's husband.
I think it's a
Oops.
guy woke up with his sister's husband and he's not out. But how should I tell her and how? Should you tell your sister that you shagged her fucking husband?
I mean, like, first of all, I wouldn't do that in the first place. Like,
Yeah.
but I do think, I do think you should tell her because at the end of the day, like, you're gonna live with that guilt. You're gonna develop such anxiety because of that situation. You're
Yeah.
never gonna look at your sister the same. And also, her husband, well, he might be bi, who knows? But I'm assuming if he's like in the closet, that the probability is that he is gay because if he's like hiding it,
Yeah.
and he's like
He's hiding
sneaking-
it as well, though. He's not out as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
oh, what is the other guy not
Yeah,
out as
the
well?
brother's not out
oh,
either.
boys, come out of it! Like
I
the
know, what the
closet
fuck?
is fucking glass.
It's
like,
so fun. It's so fun when you're out, but like you shouldn't be shagging your sister's boyfriend or husband. That's fucked up.
I think you should tell her. Honestly, I think she'll get over it, especially if he's the one who cheated. Like,
yeah.
well, I'm.
And if you were, I don't know. That's a hard one. I would say for yourself, you need to be honest about it because you will have that shame and guilt for your whole life, and it'll hold you down.
100%, you need to. Someone needs to be told.
But what I've realized with the gay world, I feel like straight guys are afraid to go near me because I definitely speak about it openly on my TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
But the amount of gay guys that I'm friends with that sleep with like married men with wife and kids on the daily, I'm like, that's fucking insane. Like, it's so common.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I like really don't like. I'm not like. I don't find that like attractive. Like someone has a family. Like,
No.
oh, I'm like wrecking their like whole children's. Like the trajectory of their child's life.
Yeah.
Like I'm ruining that. Like I actually don't want a part of that.
No,
but, like,
neither do I at all.
gay men have this like kink.
They
like
do.
that they're like, oh,
Straight
he's
guys.
married, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking weird. Actually, I don't really want to do that.
No, when you actually deep it, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But it does sound kind of hot at the same time.
What, that he's married?
No, like straight boys. Like I have that.
Yeah, like I get the straight boy thing. It's like,
Yeah, but no, married with kids. Fuck that. That's fucked up. I don't like it.
yeah,
I don't like it.
it's
Like
not
imagine
for
that was
me.
your dad. Do you know what I mean? Put it in that
I
perspective.
don't want to imagine my dad like that. Thanks.
Either do I at
He's
all.
good.
I do not want to picture that one. That's no. Fucking
Actually,
hell.
FaceTime me just before this podcast.
It's the incest comment a minute ago. That's fucking no.
Actually.
Right. So next we've got some questions for the gays. So best gay festival worldwide. That's a hard question.
I haven't been. I've been to Primavera recently, and that was pretty gay because like
Yeah.
Lana Del Rey was there, Charli XCX.
See, I'm not like so. I have went to a few gay festivals, but I've only really dabbled in the gay scene the past year. So I've obviously was it Mighty
Yeah, to
Hoopla?
be fair, I don't really like. I don't think I have either.
No, so obviously it was at Sydney World Pride. It was been a Pride events. They were very gay. I was at Mighty
You've done
Hoopla.
it.
Mighty Hoopla was gay, but it's not like gay scene proper. It's
No,
like
okay, it's so gay.
it's a gay festival. Yes, for
Jojo
sure.
Siwa was there.
Yeah, so it's a gay festival.
The inventor of gay pop.
What I'm saying is though, it's kind of like it's a gay festival. It's gay as fuck, but it's like a PG gay festival.
Okay, yeah, it
Like-
was. Yeah, like you're talking about like guys walking around in like latex.
Yeah.
And, like yeah.
So there's gay festivals like that that's kind of intimidating me because my first ever gay festival, it's actually a good story. My first ever gay festival, I was living in Mexico, went with my friends who were all straight, and it was my first time ever seeing the gay scene, and I was so overwhelmed. I thought I was gonna be sick with anxiety.
Yeah.
Everyone's in speedos. So Diplo was DJing. I look around on the dance floor. By the way, everyone is in speedos. I'm the only gay guy there wearing shorts, so everyone assumes I'm straight, and everyone there is just getting passed about. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy stuff like that now a bit more. Like I'm a bit more open to it.
Yeah,
but
I
at the
think once
time,
you're like exposed to it a bit more.
at the
you
time,
get
I
used
was
to
a
it.
bit like, what the fuck?
100%,
I remember
too.
Diplo was DJing and there was like guys on their hands and knees sucking off like 5 guys at once in the middle of the dance floor.
What?
Yeah, you go to the toilet
Outside or inside?
in the middle of the festival, like in the middle of the place, in front of everyone. Yeah.
What was Diplo? Was Diplo not like, guys, like,
No, he was just
I'm like
DJing.
in the middle of a set.
He was just fucking DJ, and then I go to the bathroom, and when I go to the bathroom, there's like guys lined up against the wall, like fucking each other, and I go into the toilets. I go into the toilets, and there's about 10 guys on the sinks having like group sex on the fucking sinks.
I've heard about this, but I've never seen it. You know,
it was my first ever gay sort of festival, and I think it scared me for a while. Like I think that made me really overwhelmed for the gay world. But then I haven't seen that level since, but I've been in situations where it has been a bit like that, and it's not as I've become less overwhelmed, but. And I try to get involved sometimes.
not sucking dick during Diplo.
No. I have one. I know what the fuck I mean. I'm trying to get. I sometimes get involved. I've never ever got involved in those situations like that ever.
I beg to differ.
I've been to like saunas, but that's different. That's completely different.
Yeah, that is different.
Have you been to a sauna?
I
Haven't?
No.
I just went in Sydney. They were kind of fun. It was kind of like a movie.
What's this? Like sauna is like. Basically a sauna, but it's all naked gay men, isn't it?
Yeah, so I haven't actually spoken about this in the podcast, but I basically met a guy in Sydney.
Let's get it out.
And I met a guy in Sydney, super hot. We're a night out. He's like, let's go to sauna. It's across the road. I go. Never been in my life. Was so drunk. I was like, fuck it. Go in. As soon as you go in, it's a change room. Everyone strips off naked.
So you walk about naked?
You walk about naked. Like, you don't have anything on you at all. Just yourself naked. And you walk in.
Guys are just insane. Like, no one else does it.
No, they don't.
So obsessed with cock.
But it was so fun. But I walked in and I was pissing myself the whole time. Felt like I was in a movie. As soon as I walked in, the guy who I went with him at the club ditched me for some other guy straight out. So I'm in this place on my own, steaming, and I'm walking around. Upstairs is like sauna, pool, jacuzzi, and like everyone's just naked. And because it's Sydney World Pride, everyone there is hot as fuck, like so hot. Everyone's getting with each other, getting down and dirty, doing whatever. And then you go downstairs and it's like a dark room maze sort of thing, and there's all these different rooms, and there's just like group
I'm
sex
just thinking of
everywhere.
like the Goblet of Fire, like Harry Potter, like when you say maze, like Voldemort's in the middle.
Yes.
Like you have to battle him.
But it was so fucking funny, and I was getting involved slightly. Like I wasn't going crazy, but I was a wee bit. I kept thinking, like laughing to myself. I was like, this is not real life. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And there was one funny story. There was this Scottish guy who I met at the start of the night.
Yes.
And at the end of the night, I was leaving. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and he's stumbling down the stairs, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? All right, what's the crack? And he was like, can you help me taxi? So I carried this man to the taxi, right? Put him in the taxi, and he's like, I'm going to A&E. And I was like, why? What's wrong with you? Oh. He was like in a swing, and he was like 25 guys just took turns reeling my asshole. What? And he's like, I'm going to A&E.
Go to A&E, and they didn't have the decency to bring him there.
I was like, what? I was like, are you okay? Like, what the fuck are you gonna tell the doctor? Like, Jesus Christ.
That like doesn't sound enjoyable at all. Like that's crazy.
It was mental. I was like, this is the different world, and like that's what I mean. I sort of like, I'm not in the gay scene properly, but I sort of like seen a bits and pieces of it here and there.
Yeah, I have like mixed feeling. Like I feel like it is very like sexualized, like sometimes, and I go back and forth. I'm like, yeah, like be open. Like no one should be ashamed of like having sex or being free. Like. But then sometimes I'm like, but I just want like one.
Yes,
person.
so do I.
So it's like a pretty like flip flop. I think like there is like probably a balance you could strike. But then also I'm like, let people do what they want. Like
yeah, everyone's. That's what I was saying yesterday. Everyone is so different. There's so many different sexualities, so many different types of genders. Yeah.
And I think like we like especially in Ireland we have such a like shame around like sexuality like that needs to get rid of because it's so like debilitating like. Sex is free, and it's like the one thing they don't tax, so like why not have it?
100%. And you should be able to explore and express yourself freely, and just sort of in the moment, like even if you're like a man who isn't sure if you fancy men, and just so happens that there's something happens, explore it, see without judgment, without fear, without shame. Just do what feels right in the moment. No, I came out when I was like 17, I think, but
that's brave actually.
To my friends, my family, I was like 19.
In like rural Ireland, like that is brave. Like I'm actually really glad I didn't come out in school because like it just would have made things really difficult for me.
My last 2 years in school was the worst years of my life.
Really? Yeah, did you have it hard?
Yeah, really bad.
Shit. And it really is changing now though.
Oh, it's massively changing.
It's so different now. Like even the boys I work with in work, they're like 18, 19, and like I'm talking about them about like how my ex had like a broken dick, like, and they're like so like unfazed by it, like. Yeah. It is so different because like I would never have been able to talk to my friends at that age about that. So I think it is so definitely changing. But 100%. Yeah, Ireland is like has a long way to go.
It really does. It massively does. But oh my god, I got sent a brief the other day and it was like 1 in 5 Irish people still think that it's a choice to be gay. 1 in 5. That's a lot of people.
Shut up,
Like, as if I don't. Surely that's statistics wrong.
Shut up. Like, actually fucking grow up.
Yeah, it's fucked. Right, guys, we have literally a million more things we could talk about. I feel like we need to get you on for another episode because this was so much fun.
Please,
and
Rachel, please.
I love talking about gay stuff too, and there's so much gay questions. I'm like, we'll do it another time.
Yeah, I hope people are interested in it because it really is like a different world to straight people. I feel like
It's a different world. Like all my straight friends and my close friends story when I talk about it, because I don't really speak about it openly. So you're kind of like getting the inside scoop of my close friends story, but it's fucking hectic. And they're like, "What is the gay world?" And I'm like, I know. But there is so much more we could talk about, but we don't have time because we're going to an event that is started an hour ago.
For hours.
Yeah. So we'll end it on this cute wee question, I think.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap it up.
Go.
So best advice for gay guys in rural areas, because we're both gay guys from rural areas.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. Best advice, I would say. See, I think it has changed as well. To be fair,
I agree.
I would just say the best thing for you to ever do is to be yourself and to be open about being yourself. Like, it might be so scary at first if you're not out. I'm not sure if you're out or not. It's so scary at first. But the people who love you and the people who matter will accept you no matter what. Yeah. And it might take time. Like, for example, my family, it definitely took a bit of time for them to fully accept who I am.
Yeah.
But when it gets to that point where it's just you being yourself, it's fine. It's just you being yourself. It's the best thing ever. And like literally, like I used to be like acting so straight, like used to be so like scared to be myself, and I'm like fucking I love my fucking life a majority of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I would just say like I know it's really hard like when you're in like a rural area and like maybe you have friends that are like all straight boys and like no one's really like out as gay because it's like not cool. But like
I think it's cool.
Once you start, it is cool now. Like it's cool to be gay now, but I just feel like when you start making the steps to like being yourself, acting like yourself, you know, getting rid of people that don't like relate to you, that don't like accept you and stuff, like your life becomes so much better. Just it sounds so cheesy, but like when you start like just like if you aren't like being your true self, you're not going to attract the same people and you're not going to like thrive. Read Julia Fox's book. She talks about it.
Really? Yeah. I love her.
Oh, mate, she's like 3 of my TikTok videos. That's the only thing I'm ever
really
proud of. Like, I love her.
I love her. She's class.
Yeah, I like, honestly, it's really simple. Just be yourself and things will work out, like when you're like true to yourself.
But yeah, and the thing with being in rural areas is there's not much of a gay scene. Like there's not many guys you can go on dates with.
And like that doesn't mean you have to sleep with like 50-year-old men. Like you can not do that.
So I've noticed whenever I've been at home, my standards might be lowered a wee bit. I'm like, what are you doing that for? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I would say maybe go for wee adventures to big cities and see who's about. Meet your husband.
I think that's good advice actually. Like just like go to like Manchester Pride, like just like immerse yourself in like a city like where there's loads of cultures and where there's no judgment. Like that is such good advice because like people there literally do not give a fuck. Like they don't care if you're straight or gay or trans or whatever.
100%. Like even when I started when I Ibiza for my first season, that's when I started feeling like I could express myself
Ibiza
freely.
so like
it's so free. Everyone's just themselves. Like everyone's so individual. And like it's going to these new places, leaving the environment where it's like a small town and going to these new places where you can express yourself freely.
You just have to know like your small town is not like your bubble, like, and also I think having a tiny little part of it,
literally tinsy, and I think also as well having gay friends could help.
Definitely, like you need your gay friends, just like anyone does. Like girls need girlfriends, boys need boyfriends, like gay men need other gay men. It's just like seeing people who relate to you.
I get that. I love that. Well, anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go and wrap this up and go to an event and maybe get a little bit tipsy.
For you, baby.
I want to get you on again though. That was so fun. I feel like we have so much more to talk about, but we had great crack and we're going to have more great sex tonight. So big.
That's my first podcast. Go easy on me.
I was going to go round of applause. Woo! Thank you so much, Darragh Greene, for coming on. If you don't follow Darragh, go follow him now. Instagram, TikTok, give your ats.
Thank you for having me. This was actually really fun.
What's your ats?
Oh, my at is DarragGreene on TikTok and Darragh Greene _ on Instagram.
Yeah, so
follow me in both.
Go follow him. He's a funny man, and I love his content. And yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Go get steaming, and I will see you on next Monday for another episode with Shannon. Shannon's gonna be back from Ibiza, so we'll fucking hear all the crack then.
I need to meet her.
And also, if you haven't yet already, hit subscribe. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Follow the pod. So yeah, love yous, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.